Today we attempt to tell the story of one of the great games of the 2000s. It's a game that I hadn't revisited in well over a decade. A game that's beautiful and rich and inspired many that came after it. A game that set the standard for Ubisoft at an all-time high. Now long gone are those days, as Ubisoft is on the brink of bankruptcy and its status as a great storyteller is down the drain. All their hopes lie in the series that began their story of greatness. Of course, it's Assassin's Creed, but here we're not in ancient Greece or feudal Japan. We are headed to the great Renaissance era, and we're going to follow one of the greatest assassins the world has ever known. This is the story of Assassin's Creed 2.
My name is Desmond Miles. I'm a prisoner of war. A war I never knew existed. Waged by two groups I never thought were real. Templars and Assassins. The Animus showed me the truth. The things I've seen, the things I've been. 1,000 years of history flowing through my veins, brought to life by this machine. They're using me to search for something. Call it the Apple. It's an artifact, one of many so-called pieces of Eden. Templars collect them. It's how they stay in power. And if the Templars get their hands on another one, everything will change. They want to make us all their slaves. When they first brought me here, I was afraid of what would happen if I tried to fight back. Now? Now I'm afraid of what will happen if I don't. But I can't do it alone. And maybe I don't have to. I met someone. Her name is Lucy. I think she's on my side. She's gone now. She's taken away by that bastard Warren Vidic and his Templar masters. I don't know what will happen to her, or what'll happen to me. All I know is I need to get out of here, and I need to do it soon. My name is Desmond Miles, and this is my story.
Lucy would return to Desmond covered in blood. She appeared to be in a rush, and she has Desmond get back into the Animus. Here, Desmond would see the birth of his ancestor Ezio Auditore. Lucy would make a copy of the files and bring Desmond back out, and the two would escape Abstergo Industries and arrive at a warehouse where Lucy explains to Desmond that they need to find the location of the remaining pieces of Eden, and she needs his help in exploring the memories of his legendary ancestor Ezio. Lucy introduces Desmond to Sean Hastings and Rebecca Crane, who are also part of the Assassins. The three have their own small base of operations, but they have a short window to explore Ezio's memories, as Abstergo will find them soon enough. Now Desmond has two goals when entering the Assassin's Animus, known as the Animus 2.0. Number 1 is to find the apple, and number 2 is to train Desmond as an assassin by using the bleeding effect so that he can learn years of skills that were taught to Ezio in only a matter of a few days. With everything ready, Desmond enters the Animus, and he is taken back 600 years to 1476 in Florence, Italy, right in the middle of the historic Renaissance era. Our story finds Ezio Auditore, who is 17 years old and living a life of fun and, to be honest, luxury. He is part of the Auditore family, which was one of the most prominent families in the city of Florence. Ezio is a family man just as much as he is a ladies' man, and he's also a brash teenager who likes a little bit of violence. We find him in a brawl against Vieri de Pazzi, who is part of another prominent family in the city. However, his father was being accused of a potential coup of the city. While the two fight, Ezio's older brother comes to help. When the fighting is over, the two take in the beauty of Florence.
It is a good life we lead, brother.
The best. May it never change.
And may it never change us.
Afterwards, Ezio goes and sleeps with Cristina Vespucci. He then runs home and meets with his dad, who asks him to deliver an important message to one of his allies. When Ezio returns, he told his father about his delivery.
Hello, son. You remember my friend Uberti?
Good morning, Gonfaloniere Alberti.
To you as well, young man.
I trust you delivered the message.
Si, padre. But it seems Lorenzo is out of town.
I did not anticipate this.
What does it matter? So you wait another day or two.
Listen, your mother and sister have been looking for you. I'll need you again in a little while, but for now, see if you can't help them.
Are you sure?
Yes, now if you'll excuse us.
Good to see you, Ezio.
Ezio would run a few more errands for his youngest brother and also help his sister. Ezio would also accompany his mother in meeting with a young Leonardo da Vinci. And after all this was done, Ezio would be sent on another delivery by his father, this time to deliver important messages to 3 of his allies around the city. One of the allies told Ezio to inform his father that they were moving tonight, and that he should move too. Ezio hurried home, but he found that his father and his brothers had been taken prisoners. Ezio found a safe place for his mother and his sister, and then he climbed to the prison to go talk to his father.
Father, what's happened?
Took a bit of a beating, but I'm alright. What of your mother and sister?
Safe now.
Annetta took them.
Yes. Wait. You knew this would happen?
Not the way it did, and not this soon. Doesn't matter now.
What do you mean? Explain!
There's no time. Listen closely. Return to the house. In my office is a hidden door. Use your talent to find it. Beyond lies a chest. Take everything you find inside. Much of it may seem strange to you, but all of it is important. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Among the contents is a letter, and with it some documents. I need you to take these documents to Mr. Roberto. He was with me in the office this morning.
The Gonfaloniere, I remember. Now please, tell me what's happening. Are the pazzi behind this? There was a note for you at the picnic. It said, "Go, Ezio. Go now."
Ezio would find a chest at home and he would wear the clothes inside it, as well as get the proof of his father's innocence, and he would deliver it to Umberto.
What are you doing here at this hour?
I don't...
Wait, child. Take a breath. Collect your thoughts.
My father and brothers have been imprisoned. I was told to bring you this.
I see now. It's a misunderstanding, Ezio. I'll clear everything up.
How?
The documents you've given me contain evidence of a conspiracy against your family and against the city. I'll present these papers at their hearing in the morning, and they'll be released.
Thank you, Signore.
Of course, my child. Do you need a place to stay? You're more than welcome here.
No, grazie. I'll meet you at the piazza.
Don't worry, Ezio. Everything is going to be fine.
The following day, Ezio would attend the hanging and wait for his family's name to be cleared. But something much different and sinister occurred.
Giovanni Auditore, you and your accomplices stand accused of the crime of treason. Have you any evidence to counter this charge?
Yes, the documents that were delivered to you last night.
I'm afraid I know nothing of these documents.
He's lying! Need to get closer.
In the absence of any compelling evidence to the contrary, I am bound to pronounce you guilty. You and your collaborators are hereby sentenced to death.
You are the traitor, Roberto, and one of them. You may take our lives this day, but we will have yours in return, I swear! We will!
Father!
There! Grab the boy! He's one of them!
I'll kill you for what you've done!
Guards! Arrest him!
Abatetelo.
Better run, boy. And fast.
After witnessing the deaths of his father and his brothers, Ezio would escape and plan on getting revenge. The following day, Ezio would find Umberto and take his life.
To you as well. I trust you're enjoying yourselves.
Indeed, a nice distraction from that nasty business with the Auditore family.
To think I once thought of Giovanni as brother.
Don't.
You! You would have done the same. To save the ones you love.
Yes, I would. And I have. The Auditori are not dead! I'm still here! Me! Ezio! Ezio Auditore!
Ezio would make an escape from Florence and take his mother and his sister to a villa in the countryside that his uncle owned, Mario Auditore. His uncle would try and convince Ezio to stay so that he could train him and become an assassin and continue the fight that his father started. Ezio initially wanted to run away to Spain with his family to keep them safe, but he realized that hunting down all those responsible for his family's demise was the only right choice. And Mario would help Ezio gather information on the conspirators involved in the Templars' plan to kill his entire family. And Ezio would begin a long hunt that spanned a decade. First, Ezio would kill Vieri de' Pazzi, his long foe. Here he would find a codex page on de' Pazzi's body, and Ezio would return to the villa with his uncle. Mario would explain to Ezio that he had once looked to find all the codex pages alongside Ezio's father, and that they tried to decode them. Mario told Ezio that the pages led to a vault that contained many secrets. Ezio added this to his to-do list, and among his many travels, he picked up the codex pages as he went throughout the years. Eventually, Ezio would kill Francesco de' Pazzi and the de' Pazzi conspirators of Florence, getting revenge in some fashion for his family's execution. And during the years of hunting down these Templars, Ezio continuously found a man who gave all orders to the Templars in Italy. His name was Rodrigo Borgia, also known as the Spaniard. He was the main man behind everything. He was the Grand Master Templar of Italy, and he wanted full power, and he probably wanted to control all of Europe. Rodrigo would become Ezio's main target, and he would hunt him down for a long time, while taking out those allied with Rodrigo. Through Ezio's years and travels, he met many men and women who helped him hone his skills as an assassin and learn new techniques. Ezio would use these skills to take down his targets, and by 1488, he would be very tired.
There you are, Ezio. Why so serious?
It's my birthday.
Davvero? 100 di questi giorni. That's wonderful.
Is it? It's been over 10 years since I watched my father and brothers die. 10 years hunting the men responsible. So close to the end now, but no closer to understanding what any of it was for.
You may not see it, Ezio, but it's better here now because of the things you've done. Basta. Look here. I have a birthday present for you. It's l'Arsenale's shipping manifest. From the day the boat left.
The boat to Cyprus? You're serious?
And guess when it's scheduled to return? Tomorrow.
Ezio would be approached by his old friend Leonardo da Vinci and told some valuable information.
These last 2 codex pages, I was studying the copies. I don't know why I never saw it before, but when put together, I realized the markings on the back clarify into words. Here, the prophet will appear when the second piece is brought to the floating city.
Prophet? Only the prophet may open it. 2 pieces of Eden.
What are you saying? Ezio, what is this?
We've known each other a long time, Leonardo. If I can't trust you, there is nobody. My uncle Mario spoke of it long ago. A prophecy hidden in the Codex, leading to an ancient vault that holds something very powerful.
Grandioso. But if you took these pages from the Barbarigo, then maybe they know about this vault too. That's not good.
Wait. What if that's why they sent the ship to Cyprus? To find this piece of Eden and bring it back to Venezia?
When the second piece is brought to the floating city,
the prophet will appear. Only the prophet can open the vault. My God! When my uncle told me about the Codex, I was too young, too brash to imagine it was anything but an old man's fantasy. But now I see. The killing of Mocenigo, even the Medici, my father and brothers. It was all part of his plan. To find the vault. The Spaniard.
Rodrigo Borgia.
The boat from Cyprus arrives tomorrow. I plan to be there to meet it.
Good luck, my friend.
This led Ezio to a meet where an artifact was being transported. However, Ezio spotted his uncle hiding from afar. Ezio would tail the guard and eventually take the guard out and take his clothes. Ezio viewed this as an opportunity to finally kill the Spaniard who was in Italy to personally receive the artifact. Rodrigo Borgia, the Spaniard, believed himself to be the prophet, and he felt that all power belonged to him.
Ezio, it's been some time.
Rodrigo. So, Where is he?
Who?
Your prophet. Doesn't look like anybody showed up, Rodrigo. How many people have died for these? For what's in this box? And look, there's nobody here.
You claim not to be a believer, and yet here you are. Don't you see him? The prophet is already here. I am the prophet. Now give me the apple.
Come and take it from me.
Ezio and Rodrigo would fight, and Ezio would almost get the killing blow. However, Rodrigo managed to escape, and Ezio would be approached by all the friends that he made over the past 12 years.
No, I need to go after him.
Do you really now? Or are you here for another reason, my son?
Theodora? What? What are you all doing here?
Perhaps the same thing you are, Ezio. Hoping to see the prophet appear.
I came here to kill the Spaniard. I couldn't care less about your prophet. He never showed up.
No? But you did.
What?
A prophet's arrival was foretold. And unbeknownst to us, here you are. Perhaps all along, you were the one we sought.
Cosa? Who are you?
Niccolò di Bernardo de Machiavelli. I am an assassin, trained in the ancient ways to safeguard mankind's evolution. Just like you, and each one of us here.
You are all assassins? Paola. Volpe.
It's true, Nipote. We have all been guiding you for years, teaching you the skills you would need to join our ranks. I think it's time.
We have our prize, but there is much to be done. Come, meet us here at sunset.
Lashea waka umutlak bel kulun munkin. These are the words spoken by our ancestors that lay at the heart of our creed.
Where other men blindly follow the truth, remember,
nothing is true.
Where other men are limited by morality or law, remember,
everything is permitted.
We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins.
Nothing is true.
Everything is permitted.
It is time, Ezio. In this modern age, we are not so literal as our ancestors, but our seal is no less permanent. Are you ready to join us?
I am.
This only hurts for a while, brother. Like so many things.
Benvenuto, Ezio. You are one of us now. Come, we have much to do.
Are you okay? Do you want to stop?
No, I need to go back, right now.
At this point, Desmond would be taken out of the Animus, but he would desperately want to return, and the team would inform him that there had been many memories that had been corrupted, and they wouldn't have access to them, so they would have to enter Ezio's life many years later, in the year 1499, basically 11 years after the final memory. When they returned to Ezio's life, he would now be 40 years old, and at this point, Rodrigo Borgia had gained great influence and power within the Catholic Church, so much so that he became the Pope over those 11 years. The assassins had found the Codex pages and were finally able to decipher them in 1499. The assassins would find the location of the ancient vault, and it was located beneath the Vatican in Rome.
It is a map of the entire world, but there are lands shown here that do not exist.
Apparently they do exist. I imagine they've yet to be discovered, or rediscovered.
How is this possible?
Perhaps the vault will hold the answer.
Do you see where it is, then?
No. It can't be. The vault. It looks like the vault is in Roma, then the Spaniard. This is why he became Pope.
Now I understand. It's not the vault alone he's gained access to, but the staff as well.
What staff?
The Codex always spoke of two keys. Two pieces of Eden needed to open the vault. One is the apple.
And the other is the staff. The papal staff is the second piece of Eden.
For years, no, decades, we've sought these answers.
And now, at last, we have them.
But so too could the Spaniard. And if he does, if he finds a way into the vault, its contents will make the apple seem a trifling thing.
I must go to Roma and find the vault. What of the rest of you?
We'll do what we do best. Cause some trouble in the city, giving you the freedom to conduct your search.
Since 1488, Rodrigo had become more powerful, more bloodthirsty, and even began having a relationship with his young daughter against her will. Rodrigo Borgia had become the worst of the worst, a vile human with a lust for power. The assassins would travel to Rome and launch an attack that allowed Ezio to enter the Vatican quietly and attempt to kill the Spaniard once and for all.
Incarnatus est Spiritus Sancto ex Maria Virgo.
I thought I was beyond this. But I'm not. I've waited too long. Lost too much. Requiescat in pace, you bastard.
I don't think so. No! How is it you resist? I see. Kind of you to bring me the apple. Now give it here!
Vaya farti fottere.
Always the fighter, just like your father. Well, rejoice, my child, for you will see him again soon. You will give it to me.
As you wish.
Fascinating. An impressive power, this. But if you think it's going to save you, you've another thing coming.
Their fight would end with Rodrigo taking the apple with him and wounding Ezio. The assassin would chase Rodrigo into the vault and found him struggling to open it.
Open, damn you! Open!
It's over, Rodrigo. No more tricks. No more ancient artifacts. No more weapons. Let us see what you are made of, old man.
All right then, if that's how you want to play it.
What do you even want with the vault, Rodrigo?
Don't you know what lies within? Or do you mean to tell me the great and powerful assassins didn't figure it out?
Figure what out?
God. It's God that dwells within.
You expect me to believe that God lives beneath Il Vaticano?
A more logical location than a kingdom in a cloud, don't you think? Surrounded by singing angels and cherubim. Makes for a lovely image. But the truth is far more interesting.
Let's say I was to believe you. What do you think you'll do when you open that door?
I don't care. It's not approval I'm after. Just power.
And you think you'll give it up?
Whatever lies beyond that wall won't be able to resist the staff and apple. They were made for felling gods.
God is meant to be all-knowing, all-powerful. You think a couple of ancient relics can harm him?
You know nothing, boy. You take your image of the creators from an ancient book. A book, mind you, written by men.
You are the Pope, and yet you dismiss the central text of your faith?
Are you so naive? I became Pope because it gave me access. It gave me power. Do you think I believe a single goddamn word of that ridiculous book? It's all lies and superstition, just like every other religious tract written over the past 10,000 years. You can't! You can't! It's my destiny! Mine! I am the prophet!
You never were.
Get it over with, then.
No. Killing you won't bring my family back. I'm done. Nulla è reale. Tutto è lecito. Requiescat in pace.
After their final fight, Ezio would open the vault and head inside. However, what he found gave him more questions than answers.
Greetings, Prophet. It is good you have come. Let us see it, to give thanks. We must speak.
Who are you?
Many names. When I died, it was Minerva. Before that, Merva and Mera. And on and on. The others, too. Juno, who was before called Uni. Jupiter, who was before called Tinia.
You are... gods.
No, not gods. We simply came before. Even when we walked the world, your kind struggled to understand our existence. We were more advanced in time. Your minds were not yet ready. Still not. Maybe never. No matter. You may not comprehend us, but you will comprehend our warning. You must.
None of what you are saying makes sense.
Our words are not meant for you.
What are you talking about? There's no one else here.
Enough. I do not wish to speak with you, but through you. You are the prophet. You've played your part. You anchor him, but please be silent, that we may commune. Listen. When we were still flesh and our home still whole, your kind betrayed us. We who made you. We who gave you life. We were strong, but you were many, and both of us craved war. So busy were we with earthly concerns, we failed to notice the heavens. And by the time we did, the world burned until naught remained but ash. It should have ended then and there. But we built you in our own image. We built you to survive. And so we did. Few were our numbers. Your kind and mine. It took sacrifice, strength, compassion. But we rebuilt. And as life returned to the world, we endeavored to ensure this tragedy would not be repeated. But now, we are dying, and time will work against us. Truth turned into myth and legend. What we built, misunderstood. Let my words preserve the message and make a record of our loss. But let my words also bring hope. You must find the other temples, built by those who knew to turn away from war. They worked to protect us, to save us from the fire. If you can find them, if their work can be saved, so too might this world. Be quick, for time grows short, and guard against the cross, for there are many who will stand in your way. It is done. The message is delivered. We are gone now from this world. All of us. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
And after this, Desmond wakes up from the Animus and he is informed that they are under attack from Abstergo. While Sean and Rebecca pack everything up, Desmond and Lucy fight the attackers led by Warren Vidic, the man that held Lucy and Desmond hostage at the beginning of this story. However, with Desmond now affiliated with all the years of training that Ezio received, he and Lucy wipe out the Templars. However, Vidic escapes. Desmond and the team also escape the hideout and begin to look for a new place to stay. The team discuss everything that Minerva said, and it seemed like they were being warned about a massive catastrophe that could or would wipe out humanity. The team plan on sending Desmond back into the Animus to see what else he can extract from Ezio's memories. Now, this is where the story of Assassin's Creed 2 ends, which I know it's pretty crazy, but there's a few things that I'd like to address to explain some more. I kept the story as coherent as possible, as a lot goes on. There's a lot of filler, to be quite honest, and some things get very repetitive with Ezio trying to kill Templars over and over again and get revenge. Now, the good and beautiful part about this game is the story and how it's delivered. So I wanted to give you guys a good story delivered in the order that I thought worked best. But with this, it leaves some questions. One of those questions is, what happened to Ezio during the years of 1489 and 1498? Well, those memories were corrupted, as I mentioned earlier in this video. Now, they were part of sequence 12 and 13, and they follow Ezio as he tries to hide the apple, but he runs into some problems, and he ends up losing the apple to a Dominican priest who uses the apple as a way to destroy history. It would appear that Ezio lost the apple to this priest for about 9 years until he eventually turned the tables against him and was able to kill him. Now, the reason that I didn't include this in our main story was because while I played it, it felt very pointless and it felt very long, and they gave me a long task to do. And it felt like it was just there to extend the game. I didn't feel that it served any real narrative purpose to the grander story, so I cut it out. These two sequences weren't included in the main original release of Assassin's Creed 2 back in 2009. It was actually released as a post-launch DLC. And now for cleanup purposes, who are the Templars and the Assassins? The Templars and the Assassins are two secret factions locked in an eternal struggle, and each represent opposing ideologies about humanity's freedom and control. Their conflict spans centuries, and it is a central part of the story for the entire Assassin's Creed series. Lastly, who is Minerva, the character at the end of the game? Minerva is a member of the EZIO, an advanced ancient civilization that existed before humanity. She appears at the end of Assassin's Creed 2 as a holographic projection in the Vatican vault, and she delivers a message to Ezio and Desmond Miles through the Animus. Now, there are a lot of questions that this game leaves us with, and I won't be able to answer all of them. But we will be seeing what happens next in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, The Story Explained, which will release in a few weeks. But I want to leave you with one final scene during the events of Assassin's Creed 2. Ezio finds these holographic glyphs all over the map, and when you find all of them, they reveal a big secret. So you get to see a special video hidden deep by Abstergo and the Templars, and this video reveals more about the pieces of Eden and the role of Minerva and her people. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy.
Adam, I have it.
Eve!
Look out!